What up, guys? This is
Cheevo, guys.
back here again with another achievement guide. Today we're going to be focusing on Madden NFL 22. Now, I uploaded 12 different videos covering the full completion. It takes about 2 to 3 hours if you watch each of those videos. However, I wanted to make an all-in-one guide going through all of the achievements in one video, an effort for you guys to get the full 1000 gamer score or platinum trophy in just about 2 to 2.5 hours. Now, keep in mind, this video is only going to be 40 minutes, but that's because I cut out some of the simulation time when you're waiting for seasons to simulate in franchise, things like that. And I just make it, a little bit quick and to the point. But overall, this should take you about 2 hours to get your full 1000 gamer score in the Xbox One version or the platinum trophy in the PS4 version. In terms of the next gen version, that being the Xbox Series X or S or PS5, that version has 3 additional achievements and trophies, and I'm not going to be including those new achievements in this all-in-one guide. If you're trying to get the full completion or platinum in the next gen version, you can use this guide. It will help you get 16 out of the 19 achievements or trophies, but for those 3 other achievements that are exclusive to the next gen version, you're going to have to refer to the individual video guides for them. These achievements don't appear to be hard or anything like that. However, they were glitched when the game first came out, so I wasn't able to make guides for them right away. Now, those shouldn't lengthen the completion by too much, probably only about 15 or 20 minutes. So for the current gen version, you're looking at 2 to 2.5 hours. For the next gen version, you're looking anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours. But yeah, you really have about 3 different ways of going about this completion. You can look at each of the individual video guides. You can look at my achievement breakdown video, which kind of just breaks down each of the achievements in about a 12-minute video. Or we have this video, which is the all-in-one achievement guide, showing you how to get all of the achievements or trophies in the current gen version. Now, before we get started, I want to give you a heads up about 2 different things. A lot of these achievements or trophies are much easier if you're playing against a second controller, so make sure you have a second controller handy. That and 2 of these achievements are related to playing online, and you will need a boosting partner for 2 of them. It only takes about 10 minutes, so hopefully you can find a friend to help you boost the achievement. If you don't have a friend to help you boost, make sure you check down in the comments below, and maybe you can find someone else's gamertag or PSN to link up with and get the online achievements easily. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first achievement that we're going to go for is the already in progress achievement. To unlock this achievement, we must create a league from a play now live game. This one's fairly simple. However, it was glitched for most of the year last year for me, so I recommend knocking out this achievement or trophy first. It's as simple as going to Exhibition and picking a game that has a set date and time. This is because these are games that are actually scheduled in real life. Now, we simply need to just play at least one play in this game, and then we can go ahead and simulate the rest. Once we finish the game, we're going to have an option to continue this season in franchise mode, in which you're going to say yes, and that's how you unlock the achievement or trophy. Now, I want to foreshadow that as of right now, it shows that screen very, very quickly, and then it skips over it. So I recommend spamming the A button after you complete the game to make sure that you press yes at that notification screen, because as of right now, it only shows it for like half a second. So as you can see, I just unlocked the already in progress achievement worth 40 gamer score. I'm going to go ahead and slow it down, and so that way you guys can see the screen that you're supposed to press yes at. And that's about it. Just make sure you press yes, play next week. Now, our next achievement is called Change of Scenery. To unlock this one, we must relocate a team in franchise mode. So let's go ahead and start up a brand new franchise. You're going to go to franchise mode, and we're going to create a new league. Now, we're going to press the upper left hand option. It says use real life NFL roster. Again, that's the upper left hand option. It's the online cloud real life roster. All right, we're going to go ahead and pick preseason week 1, and then you're going to get to choose your team. Now, our goal is to choose the team with the worst stadium in the game. And I went through a lot of them, and same as last year, the worst stadium is the Titans. The Titans have a stadium that's going on 23 years old, so it has a really bad satisfactory rating. As long as the satisfactory rating on the stadium is below 20, you're able to have the relocate option. Now, what we want to do is go to change role, and you want to change the role to the owner, as the owner is the only one that is able to relocate the team to a different stadium. You can go ahead and pick former player, and I'm just going to keep his name as new owner. So just press accept, and we're going to start playing. And then after that, what we're going to do is we're going to go down to manage team. It's a few slots down. So once you go to manage team, you're going to press A, and we're going to be able to go to stadium. It's the top option. Press dismiss, and we're going to press relocate, the very bottom option. Press confirm. Now this doesn't happen instantly. This is a process that happens over a couple weeks. So what we want to do is simulate until week 5 of the regular season. That's when we're going to be able to choose the city we want to relocate to. So we're going to go down to advanced week, and we're going to sim to the regular season, and then we'll sim week by week until we get to week 5. To advance 1 week at a time, you're simply going to go to advanced week and then just press next week. In some instances, you may need to press like force advance. Press next week again, and again we're going to rinse and repeat this until we're on week 5. Now, once you're on week 5 of the regular season, you should see this option right here. It says start relocation. And we're basically going to choose the city that we want to move our team to. So press view available cities. Personally, I think it's about time that San Diego gets a brand new NFL team. So select whichever city you'd like, but I pressed San Diego. After that, we're just going to advance 1 week. So go down to advance week and press next week. Now we're going to have an option to choose the name. So press choose name, and you're going to choose the name of your new team. Personally, I decided to select the San Diego Aftershocks. And then after that, you want to go down to advance week, and we're going to advance 1 more week. And in this next week, we're going to be able to choose our uniforms. Choose whichever jersey you like best. It shows the popularity on the lower right hand corner, so you can pick the most popular one if you want. And then go to advance week. This time, we're going to press next week. It's going to move us on to week 8. And then we're going to choose the stadium. And choosing the stadium is the final step in the relocation process. So I just went ahead and chose the basic Canopy Stadium. After that, we're going to go back down to advance week. And this time, we're going to simulate until the Super Bowl. Once you get to the Super Bowl, you're going to go down to advance week and press next week. The week after the Super Bowl, your achievement will finally unlock. There we go. We got the change of scenery achievement worth 40 gamer score for relocating a team. Now on to the next achievement. Our next achievement is called roster reshuffle. To unlock this one, we must complete a fantasy draft. To do this, you're going to enter into the franchise mode, and we're going to create a new league. And from here, you want to press the upper right hand option, use active roster. That's the cloud version. It's going to take a while for your roster to import. After that, you're going to go ahead and go down to starting point, and you want to select fantasy draft. After that, it's going to push you into the franchise menu, in which you're going to press start your fantasy draft and then press start drafting. Now, we don't need to actually participate in this whole fantasy draft. We can actually simulate the whole thing. Once it gets to be your turn, go ahead and press skip ahead in the draft and press advance to the end of the draft. And you're just gonna have to wait for like a minute for it to simulate through all of the different rounds. I think it's about 55 rounds or so. And then at the end, you should unlock your roster reshuffle achievement worth 40 gamer score. Alright, and the next achievement we're going to be working on is called Pro Bowler. To unlock this achievement, we must participate in the Pro Bowl during a franchise season. So let's go ahead and go to franchise mode, and we're going to start up a new league. And basically what we're going to be doing here is we're going to take control of 3 of the best teams in the NFL, and then we're going to simulate to the Pro Bowl, and it's guaranteed that one of those 3 teams will be in the Pro Bowl or have players in the Pro Bowl. Now after you select franchise mode, you want to select the lower right hand option. It says use active roster, and it's the offline option. So we're going to start off by selecting the Kansas City Chiefs, as they're one of the best teams in the game. We're also going to end up taking control over the Buccaneers and the Ravens as well. Before you start up your season, go to league settings, and we're going to change the quarter length down to 1 minute, just so the games are a little bit shorter. It doesn't take as long to simulate. After you change it to 1 minute quarters, go ahead and start up your league. Next, we're going to go over to the options tab. You're going to press RB a few times, and then we're going to go down to user teams. After that, you're going to press Y to add a new character or add a new team to take control over. And then I recommend selecting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then next, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to add the Baltimore Ravens. So go over to the options tab once again and go to user teams and add a new character and select the Baltimore Ravens. After that, we can go ahead and start playing. Now, the reason we picked 3 of the best teams is just because when you go to the Super Bowl, you don't participate in the Pro Bowl. So you don't want to necessarily pick the best team or the second best team because their players will not participate in the Pro Bowl. So it's guaranteed. So more than likely 2 of the 3 teams that we have control over are going to the Super Bowl and they won't have players in the Pro Bowl. But that third team will have players in the Pro Bowl. So what we want to do is go ahead and sim until the playoffs. Once you get to the playoffs, you want to advance 1 week. The Pro Bowl is the week before the Super Bowl. So we're going to have to advance week by week until we get there. Because if we would have simmed until the Super Bowl, that would have been 1 week too far. So that's why you have to sim until the playoffs and then sim week by week until the week before the Super Bowl. So continue to just go to advance week and force advance. Still got to simulate a few more weeks. Again, we're doing week by week. Unfortunately, this is the only way to do it. If for some reason you're not able to advance a week, it's probably because you're pressing ready to advance and not force advance. You need to press force advance to advance 1 week. Now, if the team that you have control over does not say play Pro Bowl, more than likely it's because they're in the Super Bowl. So go to your user teams and check the other teams that you have control over. You may need to switch to maybe the Buccaneers, the Ravens, or the Chiefs. So just switch teams until you find out which team has players in the Pro Bowl. And then you'll be able to press play Pro Bowl. It's very important that you actually go into the Pro Bowl game and that you participate in at least 1 play. Because if you do not participate in at least 1 play of the game, the achievement or trophy will not pop. So go to play Pro Bowl. And again, we're going to have to participate in at least 1 play, and then we can go ahead and simulate the rest. On top of that, it's only 1-minute quarters. So what we're going to go ahead and do is participate in the kickoff play, and then after that, we're going to participate in 1 more play. So now that I got that play knocked out, you want to press start. You want to go to Super Sim, and then you want to go down to Jump Forward and End of Game. And this is going to simulate the end of the game, but it's going to give us credit for playing in the Pro Bowl. And overall, this shouldn't have taken, more than 5 minutes or so. This is a nice and easy method to get this achievement super easy. What you need to do is press Finish Game. It's going to spit you back to the franchise menu in which your achievement or trophy should pop, called Pro Bowl, or participating in the Pro Bowl in franchise mode. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pair up the next 2 achievements as they're fairly similar. Now I'm referring to the Stud Finder and Future of the Franchise achievements or trophies. One is for drafting a rookie with the hidden dev trait, and then the other one is for that dev trait revealing to be an X Factor dev trait. So let's go ahead and start up franchise mode. I'm going to show you guys how to get these. We're going to start off with creating a new league. Now we want to select the bottom right hand option. It says use active roster and it's the offline option. Just wait a moment for it to import the roster. Now I use my custom roster, however you guys do not need to do so. It really has nothing to do with these specific achievements. Other than that, we can go ahead and press start playing. And we're going to go to advanced week, skip ahead, and we're going to sim until the draft. Sim to draft right there. And then press sim ahead. And you're going to have to wait about a minute for it to simulate through the whole season. I'm going to go ahead and skip through that via some editing. Next thing you want to do is click in the right thumbstick to create a save point. We want to save our game. So press new and go ahead and name it whatever you want. After you've saved your game, go ahead and press start the NFL draft. The reason that we did this is because we want to see who has the first pick in the draft. So as you can see, once we started it up, you can see that the Lions had the first pick in the draft. So now that we know that the Lions have the first pick in the draft, we can go ahead and exit out of this, and we're going to load up the save that we just made, basically before we start the draft. But now we have the knowledge of who has the number 1 pick. So what we want to do is we want to go to the options tab, and we're going to take control of the Lions, which have the number 1 pick in the draft. So press RB a few times, go to options, go down to user teams. And from here, you're going to press Y to add a new character. And we're going to select the Detroit Lions. Now, more than likely, you're going to have a different team with the first overall pick. So just pick the team that you found out had the number 1 pick. For me, it was the Detroit Lions. So I went ahead and added control over the Detroit Lions. Once you're controlling the team that has the first overall pick, go ahead and save your game once again. You could overwrite your old save. But now we have the number 1 pick. So we're going to go ahead and start the NFL draft. Now our goal is to draft a player with a hidden dev trait. This is basically like a special trait that will end up being revealed over the season, and hopefully it will be an X Factor dev trait. So what you want to do is go to make your selection, pick player, and we could start off with selecting the number 1 overall pick. However, it's not guaranteed that they will have a hidden dev trait. So I'm going to go ahead and draft the player. That's the number 1 ranked or predicted ranked player, and they didn't have a hidden dev trait. So that would have been a really bad draft pick, and we didn't get our achievement. But luckily, we made a save before we started the draft. So if for some reason you didn't get the achievement and they didn't have a hidden dev trait, just load that save back up, start the draft again, go to make selection, and make sure not to choose that player. We'll go ahead and pick the number 2 overall player. Now, hopefully you got it in your first try and you didn't have to do a second attempt, and hopefully you really don't have to do a third attempt. But you're going to rinse and repeat that process until you draft a player with a hidden dev trait and you unlock your stud finder achievement or trophy. Now at this point, we can go back to the main menu. So I'm just going to go ahead and quit out, and we're back at the franchise menu. So what we want to do is we want to advance week, and we want to advance to the regular season. Next, you want to go back down to advance week, and next we're going to jump ahead to the mid-season. At this point, some of the players will have upgrade opportunities. Now, this next achievement or trophy can be obtained by any of the teams that you have control over. So I'm going to do it with the 49ers because I have control over the 49ers and the Lions. However, I recommend sticking with the team that you drafted with, the one that you drafted the number 1 player with. After that, we're going to go down to upgrade players. And the most important part right here is that you can recognize the rookies that were drafted in the draft that we just participated in. And I'm not talking about the actual real life draft. So not the actual 49er rookies this year, but the rookies, the fake rookies that we drafted in the draft. So if you remembered the name of the number 1 overall pick that you drafted, you can just go select that player. But you can technically do this with any of the rookies. So what you want to do is you want to upgrade one of the brand new players, and you want to go to overview and you want to go to edit player. And what we're going to do is we're going to manually adjust his hidden dev trait to superstar X Factor. Basically kind of like cheating the way through it, to be honest. So we're going to go all the way over to player traits tab, and the top one says development. You want to switch that to superstar X Factor. There we go. Okay, so now we went ahead and we edited one of the brand new rookies, and we changed their dev trait to Superstar X Factor. So now all we need to do is go back to that player in the upgrade menu, and once you select the player, it's going to automatically unlock the achievement or trophy. Way easier than it would have been of actually doing this legit. There we go, that's the future of the franchise achievement worth 75 gamer score. Now, for the next few achievements and trophies, we're going to be using a custom roster that I made. It's a 49ers roster with the overall 99 rating. I uploaded this on the Xbox Series X and S version, the Xbox One version, the PS4 version, as well as the PS5 version. So regardless of the version you're playing on, you're good to go. But for right now, we're going to be focusing on the ROTY and MVP achievements. That's Rookie of the Year and Most Valuable Player. You can easily unlock both of these achievements in just about 2 minutes with my custom 49ers roster. All you need to do is go to this NFL tab right here. You want to go down to Share and Manage Files. Press A, and then we're going to download community files. And from here, you're going to press Y to search for a file, and you're going to type in Cheevo guides. Search by keyword, Cheevo space guides. You're going to find my roster right there. There's no space in the roster name, and it will show it's uploaded by the gamertag Cheevo guides. The description is official Cheevo guides roster. After that, go to load and delete files. Go to the roster tab and load up the Cheevo Guides roster, as it does not load up automatically after you download it. After that, go into franchise mode. And once you get to this screen, press create new league. And then we want to press the bottom right hand option. It's the offline option and use active roster. This will allow us to use my custom roster in franchise. Choose the 49ers. They should show all 99 ranked. After that, go down to league settings, and we want to switch the quarters to 1 minute. Basically a 4-minute game. It's actually quite a bit down right here. Change it to 1 minute, press B, and then press start playing. From here, we're going to go to advanced week, go to jump ahead, and press sim to Super Bowl. Press sim ahead, and you're going to wait for about 45 seconds while it simulates through the whole season, and then after, both of your achievements will pop. The MVP achievement worth 75 gamer score, as well as the Rookie of the Year achievement, because my 49ers roster has Trey Lance starting. We have the Rookie of the Year achievement worth 125 gamer score. That's a super easy 200 gamer score in 2 minutes. Alright, so just make sure that you still have my custom 49ers Cheevo Guides roster still loaded, as the next 2 achievements are going to be unlocked using that roster. Specifically, this time we're going for the Big Spender and Deal Maker achievements. We can easily unlock both of these achievements or trophies using this guide as well as my custom roster. We're going to head over to franchise mode, and we're going to start up a new league. And from here, you want to select the lower right hand corner, use active roster. That's the offline version. This will allow us to use my 49er 99 custom roster in franchise mode. Go ahead and select the 49ers, make sure it says 99 ranked, and from there we're going to go to the league settings before we go ahead and start it up. Now we need to do 2 things specifically. First, we need to turn off the salary cap, so go down to salary cap and turn it to off. After that, you're going to go down quite a bit, and you're going to change the quarter length to 1 minute. And then you can go ahead and press B, and we're going to start up our new franchise. Press start playing. Alright, from here you're going to go down to advanced week, and you want to jump ahead to the off season. So go to sim to off season. This will basically simulate through the first season to the point where we're going to get to free agency. Both of these achievements or trophies are related to free agency. So that's why we're basically simulating through the whole first season, because when you start off franchise, you're just after free agency. So go ahead and sim to the off season, and from here you want to go down to players ready to negotiate right there. Now you're going to see all of your players that you are capable of offering contracts to try to re-sign. Now the achievement is for signing a player that's ranked over 90 in free agency. Being that you downloaded my custom roster, all of the players are ranked 99, so all you have to do is re-sign one of the 99 players and you'll unlock a super easy achievement or trophy. I like to increase the signing bonus for an increased chance at them agreeing to the contract. If for some reason they deny your offer, just try a different player, because there's going to be more than a handful of players that are ready to get a new contract. So just make sure you re-sign a player ranked over 90 and you're good to go. You'll unlock the Deal Maker achievement worth 40 gamer score. Next, we're going to go down and we're going to advance 1 week. This will be the first week of free agency. So any 99 ranked players that you didn't re-sign will be on the open market for other teams to sign. Now, the next achievement is for signing a free agent that's ranked over 99. Well, we just let a bunch go, so all we need to do is go into the free agency and we need to sign one of these players that are ranked 99. Basically our old player that we didn't re-sign in the first place. After we end up signing a free agent that's ranked over 90, we'll end up unlocking the Big Spender achievement worth 40 gamer score for winning a free agent bidding war for a 90 plus overall player. So what I like to do is go make offers to a handful of players, at least about 5 of them, just to make sure one of them at least accept your offer. Again, you can, make the offer a little bit sweeter by increasing the signing bonus, things like that. But just make sure that you place offers on a handful of 99 players that used to be on your team. And then what we're going to do is we're going to simulate 1 week, and hopefully one of them will accept your offer, unlocking the Big Spender achievement or trophy. So as you can see, I have offers in for most of these players now, and I'm going to go ahead and simulate 1 week ahead. So go down to advanced week and just press next week, or you may need to press force next week. That should unlock your next achievement or trophy called Big Spender. Alright, so for the next 2 achievements and trophies, we're going to be using my custom roster once again, so make sure that you still have it loaded. And these two achievements are going to be the online related achievements. So this is where you're going to need a boosting partner. Hopefully you can link up with a friend that has Xbox Game Pass Ultimate so that they can play the free trial as well and hopefully help you get this achievement. Otherwise, you can refer down to the comment section below and hopefully you can find someone to help you out. Now, these are the only two achievements and trophies that are related to playing online. One is for winning a head-to-head game in an online league, and the other one is for winning the Super Bowl in an online league. We're going to be getting both of these super quick, but you will need a boosting partner. If you don't have a boosting partner, you can leave your gamertag or PSN down in the comments below, and I'm sure you can find somebody to boost with. This will work on both the Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PS5, and PS4. However, the game does not have cross-generation crossplay, so you can't boost with somebody on Xbox Series X if you have Xbox One and vice versa. You would have to boost with somebody on the same version as you. So if you have an Xbox Series X, you need to boost with somebody on Xbox Series X. Or if you're on PS4, you need to boost with somebody on PS4. Again, you will need a boosting partner to pull this off. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing you need to do is download my custom roster. What you want to do is you want to go to the NFL icon right here. And then we're going to go down to Share and Manage Files. And after that, you want to go down to Download Community Files right here. And then we're going to press Y, or if you're playing on PlayStation Triangle, and you're going to search for the roster called Cheevo Guides. There we go. You can see that it's uploaded by the gamertag Cheevo Guides, and the description says Official Cheevo Guides Roster. You want to download that, and then we need to load it up. So go to Load and Delete Files. It doesn't load up automatically. Go to the Roster tab and load up the Cheevo Guides roster. After that, we're going to go ahead and dive into the franchise mode. And we're going to create an online league. Now, if somebody's helping you get these achievements or trophies via boosting, make sure to return the favor and help them out afterwards. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the upper right hand option, use active roster, but the online version. Again, that is the upper right hand option. After that, make sure to select the 49ers. They're ranked 99 overall. And then we're going to go down to league settings and we're going to change the quarter length down to 1 minute. So go down to league settings, and the quarter length is actually pretty far down. Once you get there, just change it to 1 minute. And after that, we're good to go ahead and start up our new league. So basically what we have here is we're, as the 49ers, we're ranked 99 overall. And what we want to do is we want to go down to advance week, and you want to sim until the regular season. And what we want to do is we want to invite somebody to play us week 1, and to do that we need to have them take control of the Detroit Lions. So go to options, go down to members, and select the Lions, and we're going to invite somebody to be the owner of the Lions in our online league, because the Lions play the 49ers week 1 in real life. So I'm going to go ahead and invite somebody to be the Lions owner. Shout out to Country Boy John for helping me boost this achievement. So I'm going to go ahead and select Country Boy John and then send league invite. He'll get a notification saying that he's been invited to join an online league, and he's going to take control of the Lions. And what you want to do is you want to go to start up the game, and it's going to search for your opponent, and as long as they go into the game as well, you guys will end up playing each other. Now, we do need to finish the full game, but that's why we switched it to 1 minute quarters. In total, this is only going to be a 4-minute game, and just make sure that your boosting partner lets you win, of course, because the first achievement is called head-to-head, and it's for winning a head-to-head game in an online league. And this is going to be an online head-to-head game. So this is going to knock out our first achievement. And again, we're going to be returning the favor for our boosting partner afterwards. So eventually, the 4 minutes is going to be over, and you're going to end up winning the game. And you should be unlocking your achievement or trophy once we get back to the menu in franchise mode. This one's going to be worth 40 gamer score, at least on the next-gen version. It actually spit me back to the main menu. I had to go back into franchise and load up my league once again. My league was right there. And the achievement ended up popping once it loaded back up into franchise. There we go, head to head worth 40 gamer score. Alright, so we only have one more online achievement left, and all we need to do is simulate the rest of the season. So go to advance week and go down to jump ahead and sim to the Super Bowl and press sim ahead. More than likely, you're going to win every single game in the season, being that I modified this roster. I went into each starting player and adjusted their stats all the way to 99. So when you use this roster, you're going to get to the Super Bowl every single time. So simulate until the Super Bowl, and once we get to the Super Bowl, all we have to do is play one play in the game and then simulate the rest of it. It's automatically going to win the game, being that we have a 99 ranked team. So when it's finally done simulating, you're going to go down to play Super Bowl. Don't advance the week or simulate. We need to play at least one play in the Super Bowl for it to register the achievement. So go to play full game and just press A and press ready. Now all we need to do is play one play, and then we can go ahead and super sim the rest of the game, and then that will end up getting us our Super Bowl win in an online league. Now I believe you only need to do the kickoff play. However, I like to do one play after that. So after the kickoff, just run one play. And then after the play, we can go ahead and press start, and we can go ahead and super sim the rest of this game. You don't actually have to play the full game. So press start, go down to super sim, go to jump forward, and end of game. It's going to take a moment. And once it's done simulating, we'll end up winning the Super Bowl in an online league, and our achievement or trophy should pop once we get back to the franchise menu. There we go, bragging rights worth 75 gamer score. You can stack this both on the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X. Alright guys, we're really getting somewhere. At this point, the only achievements and trophies we have left are related to actual gameplay. So we're going to go ahead and go to Exhibition and start up a custom game. Now I'm going to go ahead and select the 49ers. However, the teams that you select don't really matter. The most important thing is that you're playing against a spare controller. So plug in a second controller to play against. And all you got to do is get the ball downfield, maybe like in the red zone within the 20-yard line. And once you're in the red zone, what you want to do is you want to throw a touchdown, but while throwing that touchdown and holding that receiver button, you want to hold down the left trigger. If you hold down the left trigger while you're throwing, it's going to throw a low throw. As long as you get a touchdown with a low throw, you'll unlock this easy achievement or trophy called Throwing Dots worth 40 gamer score. And for those of you that are on PlayStation, you would hold down L2. Okay, sweet. So that is the easiest achievement related to gameplay. That's for simply throwing a touchdown using the low throw mechanic. Next, I just went ahead and ran all the way back to the 5-yard line, and then after that I set up the second controller to do a field goal block, so it was nice and easy to score a big touchdown. So set up the controller in a field goal block and set up your main controller in some sort of quick play like a slant or something like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to throw a quick pass, and we're going to run all the way while celebrating. Now it should look something like this once you have it all set up correctly. And again, I'm going to hike it and throw it right away. So I'm going to press the X button, and to celebrate, start holding L or L2. And as long as you celebrate for 50 yards, you're going to unlock this achievement. You can unlock this over multiple plays, so if for some reason you barely missed it and you were only able to celebrate 40 yards or something, you can run it back a second time and you'll be able to get those other 10 yards. Alright, for the next one we can go ahead and quit out because we're going to have to set this up a particular way. But we're going to be going for the Unblockable achievement or trophy. To unlock this one, we must create a sack, tackle, or loss after a pass rush move win. We need to do 3 different pass rush moves. So first things first, I need to teach you guys what pass rush moves are and how to execute them. Here's a little screenshot from the guide I wrote on trueachievements.com. So you can do a speed rush by holding down right trigger. You can do a bull rush by holding down on the right thumbstick. You can execute a club by holding either left or right on the right thumbstick. You can execute a rip by holding up on the right thumbstick, or you can execute a spin by doing an uppercut motion on the right stick. And those are the different pass rush moves. We need to execute 3 of the 5 moves. Not only execute them, but they need to be for a tackle for a loss or a sack. So yeah, this isn't an achievement that most people are going to get naturally. It can be kind of a hard achievement if you don't know what to do. However, it's really easy if you do know what to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to start up an exhibition match against a second controller because it's way easier if you just have your second controller sit there versus the CPU is going to try to evade you. Now, first things first, you want to pick a team with a good defensive player like Khalil Mack from the Bears. I decided to go with the Bears and I decided to play Jaguars. So I picked Jaguars for the second controller. Other than that, we can play on normal difficulty and you can leave the settings as is. So what you want to do is get the ball with the Jaguars, the second controller. And what you want to do is you want to set up some type of shotgun play or pass play, just a deep pass play in general, like a Hail Mary. And all you're going to do is you're going to hike it with the second controller, and then you're going to grab your first controller, and you want to make sure you're taking control of Khalil Mack, because you have to do this all with one player. Now, eventually you're going to end up in a situation where you're going to be kicking back off to your team, but you want to be on defense. So if you get it kicked off to you via a punt or a kickoff, just run it back the opposite way, and you're going to score a safety for the other team, and this will require you to kick it back off to them. That way you can give the ball back to the second controller, because again, this achievement is related to defense, and we want the Bears to be on defense. And aside from that, you're going to make sure that you are playing as Khalil Mack once again. If you're not controlling Khalil Mack, press B a couple times until you're controlling him. And you want to hike the ball with the second controller and just continue sacking the second controller with your main controller. But also you want to make sure you're focusing on these different pass rush moves. Now let's go ahead and slow this one down to 50% just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Eventually, Khalil Mack or your defensive lineman, linebacker, whoever you're controlling is going to reach an offensive lineman, the person that's guarding the quarterback. And when you're being blocked by the offensive lineman is when you want to execute one of those pass rush moves that I showed you at the beginning of the video. You basically just want to wiggle around the right thumbstick and eventually you'll get a couple different ones. For instance, right here, I ended up holding down the right trigger to get the speed pass rush move. Or in my third and last pass rush move right here, I ended up doing a bull rush. To do that, you hold down the right thumbstick once you're approaching the offensive lineman. There we go, bull rushed him and sacked the quarterback. And just like that, that was my third pass rush move that resulted in negative yards or a sack, unlocking the unblockable achievement or trophy worth 50 gamer score. Alright guys, we should only have one more achievement or trophy left, that being the lockdown corner achievement. To unlock this achievement, we must win 3 presses in the same game with the same player. Now it says it needs to be with the cornerback, however you can do it with any defensive player. Now the first thing I recommend doing is going to the settings tab and then going to penalties, and we're going to turn offsides all the way down. This will help with avoiding some penalties in the process. That will let us go past the line of scrimmage, however just keep in mind if you touch the offensive player you will get penalized. So we're going to go ahead and start up an exhibition match. This works the easiest if you're playing against a second controller. We're going to go to a play now game and we're going to start up a custom game. Now personally, I selected the Rams as they have a really good secondary, and I decided to face the Bengals. Aside from that, we can keep the difficulty and all of the settings at default. Now once the game starts, what you want to do is you want to set up the second controller in some sort of shotgun Hail Mary, where all of the wide receivers are set up at the line of scrimmage. And then second, you want to set your team up in some sort of press play. You can go play by type, or you can just go through the coach suggestions and look for one that has press in it. For instance, this play is called Pinch Dog 2 Press. This tends to work the best if the play is man coverage. Now, first thing you're going to do is press B until you're controlling the player that you want to get the achievement with. After that, click in the right thumbstick, press A, and then press down on the right stick. This will adjust the player to press if they are not already. That part right there is just an extra step that might help you get it, but you can definitely get it without doing that individual player adjustment. But as you can see, it lined up some of the players closer to the line of scrimmage. Now I'm going to go ahead and choose Williams right here just because he has a player right in front of him. Now you may be wondering, what is a press? A press is something that happens when both players throw up their hands and battle at the line of scrimmage when the ball is hiked. This typically happens between a wide receiver and a corner. Now the main objective for the corner or the defensive player is to put pressure on the wide receiver when the ball is hiked. That way they can slow them down in terms of running their route. So it's really just about getting your hands up in their face. That is a press. Now to execute a press, what you need to do is you need to hold down and press A with the defensive player. So after you're controlling the player that you want to control and you've audibled their individual adjustment to press, what you want to do is hold down towards the wide receiver and press A. That's going to put your hands in their face and it's going to get them a delayed start on their route. We need to do this 3 times with one player to be able to get the achievement. If the second player or the second controller gets the ball, simply run it all the way back for a safety to turn it over nice and quick. And that's going to be exactly why I recommended doing this against a second controller, because this achievement or trophy is tied to being on defense specifically. And when you're not on defense, you want to be able to turn over the ball easily. That way you're not wasting too much time. So yeah, let me summarize this for you one more time. You're going to line up your second controller in a Hail Mary. You're going to line your players up in some sort of man coverage press play. After that, just to help a little bit, you can do an individual adjustment and adjust your player to press. And then after that, Once the ball is hiked, you're going to hold down and press A to do the actual press. If you do that 3 times with one player, you're going to unlock the lockdown corner achievement. If you guys prefer to see this in a written guide, I did write up a guide on trueachievements.com. Now, assuming you're playing the Xbox One or PS4 version, you should at this point have the full 1000 gamer score or platinum trophy, and hopefully it only took you about 2 hours. On top of that, more than likely you were able to get it done using that free trial using Xbox Game Pass. If you're playing the Xbox Series X or S, or maybe even the PS5 version, you still have 3 achievements left, and I would refer down to the description below for the video guides for each of those next-gen achievements. Hopefully by the time you're watching this video, I'll have those video guides up, but at launch, 2 of those 3 achievements were glitched/unobtainable, so I wasn't able to make guides for them right away. That's why, as of this video, I only have 905 out of 1000. As always, I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers. We just hit 16 patrons. I'd like to give a special shout out to everybody in the biggest fan club, including TimG84, AOJ, Kegger101, Kana25, Michael Banksa, and Purple Rain 6. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe.